Well, what's up, great students? Billy Starkey here, coming to you live from my nursery right now. That's right, I'm in the room that my son is going to be, sleeping in and staying in once he arrives. And if you didn't know, my wife is pregnant. She's 9 months pregnant. She's expecting anytime. And so it's less than a week away from her due date. And so we're hopefully less than a week away from being parents for the first time. And we're just so incredibly excited about it. We're excited to share this with you. You'll see it on Instagram. You'll be able to follow along with our journey, and eventually you'll get to see our son. And it's just going to be amazing. We're super, super excited about it. We are anticipating the arrival of our son. I mean, we just cannot wait until this happens. When I think about the word anticipation, the other thing that I personally am anticipating, and I bet you are too, is the return to physical gatherings at church. I mean, it has been so good in these last couple weeks for us to be able to connect online. I mean, I feel like we discovered some new things. Do you know this? We had over 100 students like you connecting in an e-group every single week. 22 different e-groups, over 100 students, and that's amazing. We launched a digital experience on YouTube and really did some new things on Instagram, and that was super fun. And many of you jumped in, and we have done Bible plans together on the YouVersion Bible app. I mean, it's been amazing what's happened these last couple weeks. We weren't about to let a pandemic shut Grace students down, but I personally am anticipating the return to actually being face-to-face together again. And so when I think about this idea of anticipating that and why it's so good, I'm reminded of the words of Jesus, Matthew chapter 18, verse 20. If you've got a Bible, go ahead and flip over there real quick. Matthew chapter 18, verse 20. Jesus taught on so many things while he was on this earth, and one of the things he talked about here in this passage, Matthew 18, was about gathering. It's just one small verse, and there's a greater context, but here's what he says. He says, "For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with them." Where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them. Now, what's Jesus saying here? Is he saying that he only shows up into a gathering when there's 2 or 3? No, that's not what he's saying. Hear me super clear. If you're a follower of Jesus, the presence of God is with you always. You're never alone. Jesus is always with you. So then why did he say, where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with them? Well, I think it's because there's something special that happens when 2 people, or maybe 3 people, or even more people who are followers of Jesus, experiencing the presence of God on their own, when they get together for the same reason, agreeing on why they're there, and they experience God together as a group, man, it's just something special that happens. You can't replace what happens when we get together and gather. And that's what my big idea tonight for you is really simple. It's this: it is good to gather. It is good to gather. It's not bad to gather. Not that it was bad to gather online for a while, but there is something irreplaceable about the physical gathering, about getting together with your friends, with maybe some people you don't know, with some amazing leaders, and coming together to experience God's presence, to worship God, to grow in our faith. I mean, nothing can replace gathering together. It's good to gather. And so as we together anticipate, just like Courtney and I are anticipating the arrival of our son, as we anticipate the gathering and getting back together, I want to give you 3 things to do to get ready. 3 things to do to get ready. Here's the first one. To get ready for the gathering, the first thing you need to do is get excited. I want to encourage you to get excited, get amped up. Don't let this absence away from physical gathering kind of harden your heart. If you walk away from the last 2 months thinking, I don't need church, you've missed the point. Because church isn't about a location. It's not about a building. It's about a people group. And we were forced for a while to meet online and to meet digitally. But once we're able to meet physically, I mean, that's what following Jesus is all about. It's all about this collective of people. The Bible calls it the body of Christ. And so you're a part of that if you're a follower of Jesus. And so get excited about gathering. Get excited. Get pumped up. I hope that you just like have this like energy about you, about, man, I can't wait to be back with my friends in person and worshiping Jesus together. Number one, get excited. Number two, get your squad. Don't just get excited, but get your squad too. I want you to think about your friends that know Jesus, maybe your grace group, maybe some other friends you know in church. I hope that you are talking to them and you're getting them excited too. And that whenever we launch our physical gatherings again, that you're going to get your squad and you're going to bring them with you. I love these words, Ecclesiastes chapter 4. It says this, verse 9. It says, two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls down and has no one to help them up. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. And a cord of three strands is not easily broken. That whole passage is telling us that two is greater than one, that we is greater than me, that there is something about having a squad, having a crew, having a group of people that you're close with, that love Jesus too, that want to follow Jesus, and you living life with them and worshiping God with them. And so as we get ready to begin physically meeting again, I hope that you get excited. I also hope that you get your squad. I hope you grab them and say, hey, I'm not going to let you forget about how important it is to meet together. I hope you get your entire grace group, everybody you know, all of your friends, and say, hey, we've got to come to church again together. No matter what it's like, it's just so good to get back together. So number one, if we're going to get ready for gathering, first, we got to get excited. Second, we've got to get our squad. But here's the third thing. We've got to get a new friend to come. Get a new friend to come. Man, when we begin meeting again, I hope that you think about your friends that don't know Jesus and you invite them to come with you. Jesus said in John 3:16 that whoever believes in him will not perish but will have eternal life. Whoever believes. Anyone is able to have a relationship with Jesus. Doesn't matter how far away from God they are. Doesn't matter how disinterested they are. Man, once someone hears about Jesus and responds to the gospel and becomes a follower of Jesus, it doesn't matter what their past was. It's all about their future and what God's going to do in them. And so I hope you think of a friend, or maybe two friends, or three friends, or five friends. Think of your entire team. And if they've been missing out on social interaction, if they've been missing out on getting together with some friends, those are the exact kind of people that you need to invite and bring with you to Grace Students when we start meeting again. Get excited, get your squad, and get a new friend to come. Grace Students has always been and will always be about developing students, all students, into fully devoted followers of Christ. And so if you're a follower of Jesus, it's our job to help you get more and more and more and more fully devoted to him. But if you've got a friend that doesn't know Jesus, it's our job to help you to reach that friend with the gospel and see them become a follower. And once they become a follower, we're going to help them grow in their faith and become fully devoted. That's what we've always been about. It's what we always will be about. And so once we start getting back together, this isn't just a gathering for a couple holy people that love Jesus and that's it. No, it's about us getting together to worship Jesus, but inviting some friends along on the journey and saying, hey, I think this is what you need in your life too. So get excited, get your squad, and get a new friend to come, because it is good to gather. It's good to gather. Nothing can replace it. And that's why I'm excited to tell you that next week, Grace Church is going to be reopening our services together. You can read all about that on the Grace Church Facebook page. Your parents probably got an email about it. But on May 31st, we're going to have in-person gatherings for church again. I mean, it's super excited about that. I hope you and your family come together. But here's what's even more exciting. That same week, we're going to begin meeting as Grace Students together as well. So on May 31st, Sunday, May 31st, you're going to have an opportunity to go to church as a family. And then this is a change. On Wednesday, June 3rd, we're going to have our summer kickoff. It's going to be in person, a live service. You can come to the church. You can bring a friend. We're going to have worship. We're going to have hosting. We're going to have games. We're going to have a message. It's going to be amazing. And all of that is something you can actually come to the building in person to experience. Super excited about that. It's good to gather, and we're glad to be getting back together. I want you to go, if you haven't seen it yet, or parents haven't seen it yet, you can go to the link in our Instagram bio. You can go to the link on this video if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can just go to worcestergracestudents.org, and you can read all about how we're responsibly reopening Grace Students. There's some things that we're going to have to do for a while for us to be able to meet. It's not going to look the way that it has always looked before. It's going to look a little bit different. It's not maybe going to be what you're used to, but we're going to do these things because if we're not doing them, we can't meet right now. So it's going to look a little different for a while, but I think it's so worth it for us just to be able to get together, and I hope you agree with me as well. And so summer kickoff is June 3rd. I hope that you invite a friend. In fact, here's an easy way to do it. On our Instagram, there is a post up right now about summer kickoff. You can share it with a friend. You can send it to a friend. You can screenshot it. We've got something up on our story. You can screenshot and share. I challenge you to share the summer kickoff invite with a friend right now. Let them know that they're invited. And then I hope you enjoy your night with your e-groups. This is our last night in e-groups. We're going to be doing summer groups in person this summer. And so I hope you have a great night with your e-group leader. Tell them thank you for being an awesome leader. Man, it's a big commitment for them to have been meeting with you online these last couple of weeks. Every one of our leaders has their own family, their own job, their own life, and they choose on top of all that to invest in you because they love you and care for you. So I hope in your e-group tonight you say thank you. You let them know that you appreciate them, and just have a great discussion. Wrap up the year together. And don't forget, it's good to gather. So get excited, get your squad, and get a new friend to come. And we'll see you at summer kickoff.